Hello, it is the 22nd of January and I am starting a vlog. Today I'll be talking about a normal week in my life. So generally on a Monday, we're starting with Monday, I have that day off of work so that I can write. That is the primary reason. I used to work part-time. I'm a graphic designer. I was finding that I wasn't having enough time to work on my book and it was causing a lot of stress. I really enjoy writing and it's something I've gotten into kind of later in life, even though I used to write not a lot when I was in school and things. I used to really enjoy the creative writing, sort of parts of English and anything that would allow me to sort of do some storytelling. That was probably my favorite parts of school, other than graphic design, and art class wasn't as great as I thought it would be because it was a lot of theory and not so much actually just doing art. So those are the things I'm most interested in. But yeah, with my writing, I decided to take Mondays for myself and treat it like a work day, but a work day where I'm doing what I want to do in terms of creativity. Mondays are also a day, despite being supposed to be a writing day, where I will sometimes have to do those chores that you can only do during a weekday, or the just general chores that I didn't have time for on the weekend. My weekends are usually now reserved for relaxing and socializing, and unless I do get carried away with some idea for like some amazing creative project that I've just thought of and it can't possibly wait until my creative day on Monday, sometimes I'll work on that, but usually for my mental health, I use that time to spend quality time with my boyfriend. We cook delicious food together that's fresh and not coming from the freezer. We play a lot of video games, normally not together, sometimes together, but most of the time we're doing more of a parallel play where I'm playing Animal Crossing or The Sims, or I recently played Slay the Princess. That was a really interesting game. I recommend it to anyone who likes a sort of story-driven game. It's a little bit funny, but then it gets deep. If you've played it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I work from home Tuesdays to Thursdays, and then on Fridays I'm in the city, so my routine during the week is very calm and relaxed. I get to spend a lot of time with my cats. I get to control the temperature in my apartment. I get a little bit more sleep than I do when I'm waking up for going into the city, catching the bus. Obviously I need to go in during peak time, so it takes a little bit longer for the bus to get in. And I have a whole system there. I like to order my coffee through the Starbucks app while I'm on the bus so that I don't have to line up and be a little bit later for work. It's a whole routine, but I've got it down pat. I'm even getting to work a little bit early these days, which is allowing me to edit my author's proof of the book. And I thought that the book was ready to go, but now that I'm reading it in book form, like it looks like a real book, I'm finding things that I want to change. Not that many errors, but enough errors that I'm glad I'm doing the proofread. So I might have to push back my self-imposed launch and publication date of this book. I haven't announced when I was planning to do it, but I might need to just push it back until the time is ready. When you order an author's proof on Amazon, you do have to pick a date that you're planning to publish that book, and I thought that was going to be difficult to change and it was going to be locked in stone, but it turned out you can just change it very easily and save and it's done. So that's a little bit of a relief. On Friday, I took a lot of footage from my routine on Friday just because that's a day that I'm actually out doing things as opposed to when I'm at home and it looks pretty much the same every day. I generally try and get at least 30 minutes of gentle exercise each day. And when I'm in the city, that's just walking around the shops. So that's probably the easiest way to get some incidental exercise. I usually find things that I want to buy though, which is a con. The pro is that you don't notice you're exercising. The con is that you spend money. But it's a good day generally, and I get to have sushi, which is something I don't know how to make. And we have some good sushi places in my area, but it's not really worth it money-wise when I'm going with my boyfriend because he eats a lot more than I eat. I have had stomach sleeve surgery, which means the quantity of food that I eat is smaller than a normal person. This is a side note, but it's my channel, so whatever. Before I had the surgery, I always assumed that people who'd gotten stomach surgeries were kind of just lazy and didn't want to put in the effort of trying to lose weight normally. I was already portioning my food into very small portions and I wasn't losing any weight. And I went to a lot of specialists and endocrinologists and gynecologists, and I have something called PCOS. It affects the chemicals and hormones, and that kind of stops me from losing weight well naturally. I also found out that having the stomach sleeve surgery can change, it almost does a reset of the chemicals so that your brain starts talking to your stomach in a more, cohesive manner. And aside from that, when you have the stomach sleeve surgery, it works differently within your body because you're still filling your stomach when you eat, you're just filling it with less food. Whereas if you were eating less food, like normally with a huge stomach, then your brain would constantly be telling your body that you're starving and that you're hungry. And so you end up in starvation mode, which puts on this permanent message throughout your system to store fat so that you can have that as a reserve because you're in a starvation climate and you need to preserve your energy and your food. I don't know how this is just turned into a nutrition blog, but it's very interesting. You should Google it if you're interested in learning about that kind of thing. But if you're trying to lose weight, definitely talk to a nutritionist or someone. Usually, from the nutritionists I've talked to, the first piece of advice, regardless of who they're talking to, is almost always you need to eat a lot more food, but that food needs to be more nutritious. It's almost never you need to cut down the amount of food you're eating, especially if you're someone who's very overweight and eating a lot of food and that food is unhealthy. Cutting straight from eating a full pizza every meal to eating nothing or eating just a piece of grilled chicken every meal, it can really mess with your body and it can be very detrimental to your body. So step one would be, say, replace the pizza with veggies and salad and lots of meat, but an equal portion. And so you're kind of transitioning from what you normally would eat slowly into a new diet. And when I say diet, I mean not the I'm on a diet for now. Diet meaning the food that you eat for the rest of your life, because the only reason a diet will ever really work is if you're prepared to do it for the rest of your life. It needs to be maintainable. Yeah, that's a long rant. That's not really part of my, it's part of my routine in that I have to worry about my weight and my intake of food a lot. But I am at a stage in my life and recovery from the surgery and that sort of thing. I had it, I don't remember how many years ago, but many years ago now, that I feel a little bit more comfortable having treats every now and then. I've gained a little bit of weight back, but it was nothing like what it used to be back in the day where, I was quite overweight, and it was an issue of I was doing everything I was told to do. I was eating all the nutritionist recommended meals and seeing doctors. I tried Ozempic, but despite it being sort of heralded as the miracle drug for a lot of people, I actually, it kind of worked in the sense that it made me nauseous 24/7. And I started growing a lump in my neck, which I didn't realize was a symptom. I think it was listed among the many possible symptoms, but I had this like persistent cough, and it wasn't until I was like trying to figure out what it was. Like, this was around COVID time as well, so I didn't know what the cough was all about. But yeah, it turned out that I was growing a lump in my neck, in my throat, as a result of taking Ozempic. So I had to stop taking that straight away. And that was kind of the last thing that I tried before the surgery, which worked wonderfully, and I wish I had done it when I was 22, but we do what we do when we can. I'm very excited about my book that's going to be coming out soon-ishly. And apart from that, I also have a channel where I draw. I do sketchbook drawing and digital drawing, but I usually only finish the digital drawing just because it's easier to play with the colors there. It's easier to like undo mistakes and things like that. It's easier to work with a digital sort of format, but I do prefer, a lot of the time when I'm thinking of doing art, I do prefer the more tactile feeling of sketching and coloring and painting. I might post some of my sketching, maybe some coloring. I did make a coloring book using some of my artwork, so I could do a video of me coloring that in, just with some music as the background, just a relaxing thing. Yeah, I also like to read, obviously. I don't always get a lot of time for it, so when I'm on Bookstagram and I see people posting their like year in review, I read like 300 books. I'm like, I don't know how you had time for that. I think I read maybe 10 books last year, and the goal was 6. And I'm pretty proud of that. I think part of it is audiobooks. I haven't really had a chance to listen to a lot of audiobooks. And when I did, I really got through those books because I would be listening to them while I was doing my job, because graphic design doesn't require a lot of conversation. It's usually an email asking for, hey, can I have this flyer done up with this information? And then I make the flyer and then I email it back. So yeah, not a lot of talking required, which works for me because I'm a little bit of an inside hermit cat. But yeah, my goals for this year are to focus more on the things that I enjoy. So reading, writing creatively, making more art, seeing my friends. I tend to just like get lost in my bubble and not remember to socialize and see my actual friends. So that's something I need to focus on doing more as well. And just giving myself a break. I do get in the habit of sort of feeling like I need to do everything, every idea that I have. It needs to get done. It needs to be made. Otherwise, I'm wasting my life and I'm wasting my time. But that usually leads to misery. So my mantra, I don't really like the word mantra, but my mantra for this year is do less. I don't know if you could hear that siren, but I'm keeping it, whatever. I get stressed easily, and so I think that reminding myself no one is actually expecting me to make any of these creative things, that it's completely me. I'm completely the one who wants the book to come out. I'm the only one who cares about the art channel that I make. Like, I have a few subscribers. At the moment, I have like 120 subscribers. And on my art channel, not on this channel because it's brand new. But the art channel has been around for like 2 years, so it's for me. It's not really a blowing it up kind of channel. Obviously, it'd be really nice if it did have more subscribers, if it got to like, I really want to get one of those YouTuber plaques. Not even, like, I don't even necessarily want a huge following, but you need the following to get the plaque. It just, I know, it feels like you're in a special club, like a special community. And I want to have that kind of feeling when I'm on YouTube, when I'm making things. I don't want to feel like I'm making it in a vacuum. but I also don't want to feel like I'm working for like thousands of strangers. Like what I'm making is for them. I mean, it's not for them, but it's primarily for me because it's my life and I'm the one doing stuff. I feel like I've probably ranted a little bit too long. I can make another video. I will make another video, but this is me trying to vlog, document my life, make some memories, or document the memories because my actual memory is awful. So keeping kind of a journal of what's going on will be interesting to look back on. I suspect I will be cringing at myself. I'll be so cringe, but the best of us are cringe. Cringe these days seems to mean that you're passionate about something or you're trying something, which to me is a good thing, but I'm old, so I don't understand all this lingo you kids are using. I don't know what that was, but cool. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. I'll subscribe if you like this, if you want to see more of this. Like and subscribe, or tell me what you didn't like about it, and I'll try and fix that for next time, maybe. We'll see. It's my channel, I'll do what I want.